Welcome and thanks for joining us for another episode of Action Dice, where we explore Marvel Multiverse's role-playing game and take you to where the action is. I'm Copy.
And I'm Paste. Today, we're very excited to bring you a hometown Canadian encounter featuring Canada's premier superhero group, Alpha Flight.
That's right, and these courageous Canucks will have to face off against the villainous superpowered hosers known as the Wrecking Crew.
Copy will be narrating us through this Toronto Bay Street beatdown as the Wrecking Crew, and I will be hitting the table with my personal favorite supergroup, Alpha Flight. For Alpha Flight, we are proud to present Guardian, team leader with technical know-how that would make even Tony Stark go white in the face and blush red.
Aurora, the French-Canadian speedster with the power to brighten up any situation faster than you can say poutine.
Sasquatch, the furry, laid-back, gamma-radiated genius where the only thing bigger than his heart is his feet.
And the pint-sized Puck, the old-fashioned, thrill-seeking, book-reading adventurer who can do a dozen somersaults without spilling a drop of his drink.
With that said, let's roll some dice.
Ready?
Set. Action.
The city of Toronto's downtown core is bustling with a chorus of cheers and jubilant revelry as the Maple Leaf fans begin leaving the hockey arena, celebrating their team's victory over the visiting New York Islanders. The cheers, however, quickly turn to shouts of panic and terror as four large and very unhappy brutes begin a destructive riot outside of the arena. The Wrecking Crew, one of New York's notorious supervillain groups, have started wreaking havoc in downtown Toronto. After losing a large bet on the hockey game, the crew have started trashing the area, smashing buildings, vehicles, and coffee shops. As police arrive on scene and local news outlets begin filming, the Wrecking Crews start making demands for a substantial ransom payment, or they'll continue their ruinous rampage. I can't believe you made us bet so much money on the hockey game. You said the Islanders was going to mop the ice with those Maple losers, not lose 5-0. Hey, we had to do something to earn some serious cash quickly. We still owe a lot of money to the mob boss, and he ain't known for his charity. Word is, he's already sent his biggest enforcer to come and collect. Would you guys quit complaining? All we's got to do is convince these cowardly Canucks to pay us some serious cash to stop wrecking the pretty little city, and we can get this price off of our beautiful mugs. Hey, Wrecker. You think we can really get away with this smash for cash plan? It'll be a piece of pie. There's no Spider-Man, no Fantastic Four, no Avengers. Heh, I love coming to Canada. Down the street, a short but muscular figure wipes away blue and white face paint from his brow as he sends out an emergency call to his teammates on Alpha Flight and prepares to show the Wrecking Crew just what Canadian hospitality really looks like.
Flipping over a TTC bus filled with people. Vehicles are flipped in the middle of the highway. Pieces of buildings have fallen down and smashed into vehicles with occupants seemingly inside as well, being crushed. Civilians and pedestrians trying to get out of the way or get out of vehicles. And noticing all that, what's Alpha Flight going to do?
Well, I think the first Alpha Flight member who's going to be coming onto scene will be our boy Puck. He's going to be jumping and flipping and cartwheeling over some of the vehicles as he's coming up Front Street here.
He's coming up Front Street, yeah. Do you
Off
want him
first.
sort of in the middle of the mix or off to the
Actually,
side?
that's probably good, yeah. A little off to the side, maybe. That's
Okay.
probably fine. Yeah,
We
that
can
looks
get him
good.
up to that close.
Yeah, perfect. So he'll be kind of cartwheeling in and bouncing off a few vehicles as he lands there, knowing that his teammates are right behind him. He just kind of smiles and over his shoulder, just kind of talks out the side of his mouth as he's saying,
"Oh man, who's scraping the bottom of the barrel to have to hire these bozos?"
and that's when we'll have Sasquatch actually kind of just rambling right up behind Puck. He'll
So
be
he
coming in
comes
right
on scene.
behind him and just kind of like strutting up and just kind of like coming up the street pretty confident. And he's kind
Yep.
of looking at these guys, smile, a little grin on his face as well too as he piles on to Puck's comment there. And he's like,
The goons for hire job fair must have pretty low attendance.
yeah, then we'll have Guardian coming behind. So he's going to be like flying and kind of gliding in and be kind of like doing the light Superman landing where his arms kind of go out in a bit of a T-pose there, and he kind of just lightly kind of steps down in front of his crew there. And hearing the banter, he'll be
Let's save the chirps till we get the situation under control, gentlemen. Aurora, I need you and Puck to get the civilians out of harm's way, quick as possible.
And,
So is Aurora coming in
and then Aurora will be the
with
one
a
to
bright light of speed, or
She comes in, it's like she wasn't there in the background, and all of a sudden she just, quickly as a flash of light, she kind of just flashes right in.
okay? And so she didn't. So
yeah.
she's another flyer, but where does she land?
So
Does she?
she'll be hovering in the air. You can put her anywhere between Sasquatch and Guardian, kind of in any spot
Okay.
that you find appropriate there. Yeah, that's totally fine, yeah.
We'll start
So
her
she
there.
kind of glides in. She'll be like, I can't do a French accent to save my life, so she'll be like,
Oui, it shall be done. But don't blink or you'll miss the show, no?
so she gets ready to like
Very confident.
fly in there as quickly as can and try to get these civilians out of harm's way. And then he'll also mention,
Sasquatch, you with me. Let's keep these boys busy and focused on us till everyone's clear.
So the Alpha Flight has arrived on scene. The leader, James Hudson, aka the Guardian, directing orders to his crew. As they land there, the wrecking crew obviously notices a superpowered team squaring off against them down the road. One of the wrecking crew members, Thunderball, the one carrying a very large ball and chain, looks across down the road and does a little shoulder shrug over towards his leader, Wrecker, there holding the crowbar. And he says, just our luck. They got supers. And then Pile Driver, the one that loves to use his fists and standing on top of the vehicle there, looks at his friend and he says, well, guess we got to give him the old stars and stripe treatment. He pounds his fists together. So in that regard, it looks like we've got ourselves a showdown. And if that's the case, if the banter is out of the way for the moment, I say it's time to roll for initiative. So, since Aurora rolled the highest, Aurora can start first if she would like to.
of course,
bonus
yeah. So she got her orders from Guardian, so she's definitely going to prioritize flying in there like a blinding speed of light and get some civilians out of the danger zone. We got a flipped over bus. I'm assuming there's people in the bus.
There's shouts and screams of people inside the bus. They're injured. They're trying to get out. The driver seems to be unconscious. So in any way of getting the door open, the doors seem to be closed at the moment. Don't necessarily appear to be jammed, but we don't know that. She definitely sees another vehicle flipped over in front of the bus. Seems to be that an occupant is unconscious. The airbags are off. It appears to be the person that is the driver is unconscious. We do see from her vantage point as she flew in, she saw a pile driver standing on top of a wrecked vehicle. Can't really tell if anyone's in there, but it doesn't appear to be any panic situation there. But to the other side of the street, right next to the bulldozer, who's the gentleman in orange, you would see a vehicle that seems to be, there seems to be some sort of concrete pillar or something like that seems to have fallen down onto that vehicle. The weight of it seems to be crushing down on the vehicle, seems to be pinning some people inside that vehicle.
Okay.
And that's really all we can see at this particular time.
Okay.
As our initial fly-in.
Okay, cool. So she got the orders from Guardian, so she's going to be trying to save as many civilians as possible. Her partner for this task is going to be Puck. So with her blinding speed, and she's got a lot of movement to boot, flight of 24.
Yeah.
She's going to kind of...
Pretty much anywhere she wants to go.
Her first target is to fly over to Puck and kind of scoop him up and bring him over with her along the way, probably to that first flipped over vehicle in front of the bus.
Now, how heavy is Puck? He's average size, even though he's...
No, he's small.
He's small, but is his weight considered small?
He's 230 pounds.
Yeah. So I imagine even though he's small in stature, I'm gonna consider his weight as average.
Okay, fair enough. Aurora, she doesn't have mighty, but she has enhanced physique. So anybody like Puck, if you're considering him average for weight, she wouldn't be hampered by that. She could move him her full 24. She wouldn't be at half speed.
Yeah, she's got enhanced physiology. I can imagine that she could definitely handle
pint-sized Puck.
A pint-sized Puck, sure. Okay, so she's going to fly over to her companion Puck, scoop him up, and then they're both going to head towards where?
Towards the first, he's going to kind of do a flyby and drop off Puck right on top of that vehicle there.
Right on top,
Kinda
okay.
They drop it there, yeah. And then she's going to fly, I guess maybe let's start with the Oh gosh, I guess maybe we'll start with the TTC boss or the flip
Okay,
over
where
city
would you
boss.
like her? How much movement did you say she has?
She has 24 spaces.
I'd say she's probably close to maxing out at this point in time.
Okay.
After zooming over to the other side of the street,
So
down the street.
do you
and
say
over.
she's got enough maybe to? Can she get into the bus, or does there's an action to open those doors? Or
Yeah, the doors are closed right now, and definitely there's no hatch from the outside for most buses.
and the
so she
windows
would
are
have to-
broken or anything like that?
The windows don't seem to be broken. No, she would have to take some actions to either crack up a window or try to reef open a door.
Yeah, then I guess so we've done her most of her movement. It's maybe hopefully she's got enough to
She
maybe
can get to the other
get inside, but she'll go in through this side, the middle doors there, the one she's next to. She'll try to do an action, I guess, to pop that open.
Yep, she can use her action to. So her action wasn't to pick up puck. It was.
No, I mean,
That was more of a free
because it's a free
action,
act, because he's like
yeah.
being.
So he's just sort of
wants to be
grabbing
picked up.
onto
Yeah,
her.
it's just kind of grabbed and flew, so kind of and dropped him off. Yeah.
So then she would essentially. So you're trying to get her inside. Okay. Give me just to see how jammed the door is.
Sure.
Would you give me a strength check to
Yeah.
try to open up that door?
Let's do it. And okay. 4, 4, and 5. It's 4 in the Marvel dice. So we're 9 plus 4 is a 13 plus 3 to that.
Wow, she's got a +3 to her strength. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. With that kind of a strength roll, she definitely gets the door open.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so she'll pull that door open. She'll be looking inside and trying to do a quick assessment to see who's most injured, and she's going to grab whoever she can.
Okay.
And she can grab 2 people and just if they're and fly them out. Well, maybe
Okay.
that would weight her down a little bit.
Well, she will see.
she won't be able to get out. I don't think until the
Yeah.
next turn. Yeah, but she'll start grabbing people and get ready to get out of there.
Exactly. You go ahead.
She's a speedster, so there's so much she can do. She
Not done yet, are we?
No, I was going to say before she gets in there, she might be eyeing one of these 2 guys close to her. Maybe we'll start with the guy on the red.
So
white
that's pile driver.
spandex there. Pile driver.
Pleasure to meet you.
She's going to use one of her reactions as a standard action because she has lightning reflexes. We're going to take a reaction as a standard action. So we're burning a reaction.
She's burning a reaction to do
do a
another
standard
standard action.
You
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
Yep. And that standard action, is going to be speed burst. Yeah, what we're going to do is the character makes a ranged attack.
Okay.
So it'll be her ranged attack against their ranged defense.
Okay. Agility.
Agility defense, yes.
Yep.
If it succeeds, the target is stunned for 1 round. Oh, wait, we're in the bonus round. It's because it's for 1 round, because if I stun someone, it's kind of pointless to do that. So the only person that's actually worth going after this time around would be Wrecker then.
She hits and automatically stuns? Oh, wow.
Basically, it's ridiculous, dude. The character fans their arms fast enough to blast the target with a gust of air. And that,
Okay.
for some reason, stuns them. But what I'm worried about now is that, because I know Wrecker's the only one that goes this round, but would Aurora know that? Would she know to target that guy? Would she want to target him because he looks like the boss? And try to stun this guy?
if she has any information on the Wrecking Crew, it is well known that Wrecker is mostly known as the leader of the crew. Let's give me a logic check to see if she would
Prioritize this guy here? Okay.
give me a logic check to see if how much she might know about the Wrecking Crew.
So we're going to look at this? Okay. 6, 4, and 3. So we're at 13 plus 2. So 15.
15's pretty good. Yeah, she would know enough about the Wrecking Crew to know that the Wrecker
In charge of this?
in charge of the crew. Yeah, more or less.
Before she actually pulls that door open, she's actually going to wave her arms in a fashion or something, or maybe just cause like a miniature controlled hurricane gust of, like a powerful gust of wind that's going flying towards Wrecker.
We can flavor it like this. With her light-based and speed-based abilities, she could land on that bus. She would look up and see the Wrecker there, also sort of with his crowbar, his magic crowbar, she would know at that time, glinting and with electrical bolts just sort of running up and down that, and they make eye contact. And what she could do quickly is sort of in a kamehameha way, she would just sort of slap her hands together and make sort of like a sonic boom of not only just light, but of sound and speed as well, directly focused towards Wrecker, just clipping him.
Sure.
And we'll see how we do.
Okay. So this would be a ranged attack against his agility defense. So agility on agility.
Speedsters.
So
Wow.
we got a 6 on the Marvel die, but a 4 and 1 on the other dice here. So that's 10, 11 plus 5. So we're at 16.
Definitely hits, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so bad news for Wrecker, because on a simple hit, that adds enough to stun him for 1 round.
Okay, we'll let that go one time for the bonus round.
Perfect.
For the purposes of the bonus round, yeah, that will take him out of the bonus round.
As soon as that happens, she actually then she'll pull open the doors, and then she'll get inside and start doing some damage assessment and try to grab a few people and get them ready to fly out with them and get them out of harm's way on her next turn.
Okay, so yikes! Already a big flex from the Alpha crew. So Aurora flashed in, dropping off her comrade Huck nearby, got onto the TTC bus with a blinding flash of speed and light, stunned the wrecker, who is the leader of the wrecking crew, and then proceeded to rip open the doors of the bus using her mighty strength. She looked inside, seeing a large group of jersey-wearing hockey fans, as well as some elderly and some other regular party-going groups this evening. And she sees them stunned and scared, some bloodied, some bruised, but most seem to be functioning and conscious. So she can get inside the bus, and then on her next turn, if she wanted to, she could start lifting up some of the people in there at your discretion. So we will, to denote the fact that she is now inside the bus, we'll just sort of move her off screen for right now.
Fair.
But
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So that will end Aurora's turn, please.
Yeah, I think she's done enough.
Yeah.
She has one reaction still remaining to help, but if she's inside the box, I don't think she's going to see much.
She's got combat reflexes.
Of
course she does.
She's a speedster.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So broken. All right, we have, I guess technically based on the rolls, we'll have Guardian go next.
Okay. Guardian's going to fly up straight up the street and try to get into the mix with the wrecking crew.
Okay, what's his
gonna
flight
show him-
speed?
He's going to show him some Canadian hospitality. He's going to punch him, but he's going to apologize every time he hits them.
Wow.
His flight speed is 20, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, flight of 20.
Okay, so that will easily get him within combat range of anybody on the table there.
Okay. Yeah, let's have him go straight up street, and if he gets, can you get in contact with either Wrecker or Pile Driver, or sorry, Wrecker or Thunderball?
He can get either one of them.
Okay, let's put him like right in between the two. If we can,
Right in between the two? Okay,
much
so
as
he
you
flies in
allow.
and then he lands right here.
Boom. As long as he's within, can you get melee with both of them? Like if you,
Well, he's definitely within 5 of both
those guys,
of those
okay.
guys. Yeah, did you want him like?
that's fine. Yeah, as long as yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely within melee range for both of those. Both the wrecking
I
crew.
don't want to get too metagamey, but I know like if I saw Wrecker being stunned there, I know I have an edge against him if he's stunned with melee attacks or all attacks basically.
Yeah.
So he's a prime target for clocking right now.
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely see him in a state of being disorientated.
Awesome.
From Aurora's attack there.
Okay. So we're gonna go for the 1-2 punch there. Straight basic punch.
Sure.
No power behind it.
Canadian handshake. Let's go.
Give him the Canadian handshake. So I guess he will go against Wrecker, and because he's stunned, he'll have an edge on the attack.
Yep.
Okay, so here comes the first roll for melee. Let's see here. Not super great. 3, 4, and a 4 in the Marvel, so we're looking 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh gosh, 11 plus 4. That's probably not going to get the job done, is it?
No, do you have a reroll though? With the
I
edge?
do. So I need either a 6 or a 1 on the Marvel die. Yeah, so I got to reroll the Marvel.
Reroll the Marvel. You always
I
reroll
wonder
the
if Puck's close enough to assist if I fail the shot. Roll a 2, so it's not a 6 in any form or fashion. So thanks to Puck's, he burns his reaction. He gave me a help teammate, so I was able to reroll another die. That's 8. 8 plus 5 is 13.
Yes.
Oh, plus 4, 17.
Yes.
We just make it.
Yes.
Okay. The attack just connects, and we have a damage multiplier of 5. Oh, does he have damage reduction?
There is a damage reduction of
Okay.
-2.
Oh, yikes. So that 5 gets dropped down to a 3.
Right.
A 3 times 4 ain't much. For a 12? 12 plus 4, we're only looking at, 16. So only 16 points of damage to go through.
Okay. Yep. So as Wrecker is stunned, the Guardian flies right in, and as he's trying to get his focus back, whammo! Right in the face, right in the kisser. Drool starts to go down the side of his face, and Guardian's there staring off, saying, "Oh, welcome to Canada." Hey. Okay. What else do you want to do?
That's it for him. He's used movement action, no need for a reaction
Okay.
yet.
So Wrecker does not get his bonus round because he can't do anything. He's stunned.
He's unfortunately stunned, yeah.
All right, we're okay. So that's the end of the bonus round. Good golly. Okay, so we're back to Aurora. So she's now currently in the bus.
Yes.
She sees that there are a bunch of people inside that bus, dazed, confused, scared, frightened. Some of them are trying to pick themselves up and help themselves to get out. Others are more older and infirm or injured that don't seem to be able to get up under their own power or get out. So I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. Would she be able to at least carry, even at like half speed, would she be able to get 2 people under her arms, do you think, and fly out of there if she went at half speed?
As she's in there, though, she'll also notice that the bus driver himself is slumped over and unconscious. But most of the people on the bus are still conscious.
Okay.
Some of which are healthy enough and young enough and strong enough to start smashing glass and helping other people out.
In that case, then she'll prioritize obviously the people who are unconscious then or can't help themselves get out there. Yeah.
Okay. So she'll definitely see some older or some infirm or some people that look like they've got head trauma.
Right.
So she can definitely prioritize those people. I would say on a handful of a bus of about 20 to 30 people on the bus, I'd say about 5 or so of them look really injured that they would need some help, including the bus driver.
Okay. Either way, she's going to grab at least 2 people under her arms and then fly out of the bus.
Yeah. So as a free action, she just grab that latch and just open up, those bus doors. She'll just open up those 2 bus doors, so she'd just be able to get that open.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good for other people too. That can also help.
Yeah,
other people find
exactly. Yeah, she'll get those open. Yeah, and try to help people up along the way, get them on their feet as she's making her way towards the bus driver at the front and get to grab him and maybe one other person who looked unable to get out of there. And she's going to fly up.
Okay.
And try to fly them to.
So she's at the
safety
front
zone
of the
here.
bus now.
Here we go.
Yeah.
2 people in under her arms.
Okay.
And yeah, so whatever you think is, like she just wants to get them out of the danger zone, either flying straight back the way that she came. You think maybe that's probably the best?
Well,
or maybe is there a safe, can we see a safety zone? Maybe it's something where the police arrived yet, or they cordoning things off?
Well, that's a great question. Without doing really hard vigilance, she'll notice that police have started to arrive on scene, but they're keeping their distance. Right. They don't want to add to the casualties and chaos. They see that Alpha Flight's on board, Alpha Flight's engaging the threats at this point in time. So what police are just trying to do is keep people back. So you'll notice that there would be 50 or so feet away, sort of a police blockade that you can come towards, as well as down the front street there. The police are already starting to block off there, so she can start heading back towards Sasquatch, or she can come. She can go in her position right now. She can go down this street here, a good 50 feet or so, 40 to 50 feet or so, to drop those people off with the police.
Yeah, then maybe she'll head down the street, basically right in front of her, that way towards the police, maybe a little off.
So head this way?
There.
Okay, so she's got some people, and then she's gonna bring them over here towards...
Yeah, she'll, as far as that needs to be.
Yeah, so plus carrying the extra weight, I'd imagine she could probably get them dropped off and then start heading back a little ways to get back into the action. So we can get her back to about...
Okay. So she'll use an action to do another standard move.
Oh, sure, yeah. So
and to get
is she heading towards
close to that white vehicle there with the rubble on top?
Here?
She's going to try to...
Or over on this side?
Maybe, on that side, away from the bulldozer there. Yeah, that's
so I can
perfect.
get her right there.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And then whatever she needs to do to try to help, I assume she sees someone maybe through the glass or through the side window.
Yeah, you can definitely see. Well, what she's seeing is that this vehicle is indented. It's crushed, and there's just people pinned down there. Okay. The doors are sort of crunched, and she will need to use a strength to rip the doors off if she's strong enough to do that. It seems like she is. Or to try to move the door. But basically, it's a jaws of life type situation with the concrete there. They are essentially pinned in that vehicle. So
I'll do what I can to try to get them out of there. So that'll be a melee check.
So we'll need a strength check.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be a melee, yes, for this.
What target am I going for here?
Well, considering the weight in the vehicle there, I'd say a reasonable target number for a rank 4 on this one would be a 14, I think, at least, to sort of...
Okay, let's go.
You get them out relatively safely, right?
6 plus 4 is 10, plus 3 is only a 13.
I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, she definitely gets the door open with that, and she can get one of the 2 occupants that are in there.
Trying to help.
If she wanted to...
a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. She sort of... I mean, are you trying to get the door off, or are you trying to get the weight off of the vehicle?
I'm trying to get
You're trying to get
occupants out.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, it's a very close. So with that strength, she definitely gets the door open and adjacent enough that she can start to get the person on the passenger side, free enough that she can start to work them out. But there's still one more person that's on the driver's side there, being pinned.
So she'll use her lightning reflexes to convert one of her reactions into an action to be able to open that door. Because I used
right. So I use an action to move there. Right. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah. She would have had to use another, I guess, lightning fast action to get that open. Yeah. So right now she at this point in time, she probably still got some more movement as well if she burnt an action or used an action to get. So she would have one occupant with that roll. It's a very good roll, and she's strong enough to be able to get at least one of them out.
So so whoever she can get out, and with the remaining movement, she'll just pull them back around that building there, not getting too far out of the fray, but she'll carefully as she can, hopefully not suffer too many injuries, try to get them back, just around that building. If with whatever remaining movement she has left, make her work back towards the vehicle to get the other person out of there. Because you said there's 2 people in there, right?
Yeah, there's still another.
She only got one in at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Then so she drop them off to a safe zone, and then what if she's got anything left? She makes her way back towards.
Yeah. So she could definitely bring the person out, assist if her intention is to try to get back. So she'll bring the person over here.
Perfect.
They'll say thank you, please, my husband, help him. As she hobbles back away, and then Aurora can just use the last bit of her movement to try to get back to the vehicle. Yeah, would you like her to do that?
Yeah. So that would be it for Aurora.
Great. Unless there's anything else, we're on to Guardian.
Perfect. Yeah. So what's Guardian going to do?
What is Guardian going to do?
I don't think he wants to waste an opportunity. He definitely wants to keep these guys on him. So what I think he's going to do is he's going to fly up into the air, at least half his movement speed. So he'll go up like 10 spaces straight up. And then he's going to start powering up his suit, and bright red lights are going to power up around his fists. Like balls of light are going to power up there, and he's just going to lay in a barrage and just kind of fire multiple shots down onto all 4 of these guys here. So we're going to use elemental barrage. I'm getting that right.
Great. So he's bursting up into the air with his flight ability and just laying waste to the wrecking crew that's down below him, using pinpoint shots to hit all 4 of them.
All 4 of them, yeah. Because it's anybody within the radius there of his attack, which is significantly large. It's 15 focus.
Now, is he staying up there when he's in the air, or is he?
Well, he went half his movement up, and then he's going to come back down.
He's going to just superhero landing right back down. Okay. All right. Well, then Guardian leaps up into the air, engaging his flight suit, powers up his gauntlets, and just lays down a barrage into the wrecking crew. Let's see what you do.
All right. So this attack, everybody's going to do half damage, but it is an ego check. And we're going to compare it to the resilience defense of all 4 of these characters. So, yay, resilience multiple math checks here. All right, but let's go with the ego. All right, rolling for ego. Well, not too bad. A 5 on the Marvel dice, and then a 5-6 on the other 2. So we're looking at a 16 for starts, and then we're going to add an ego, which is probably his best attack, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm. Now, does damage reduction apply to the ego attack? Yeah.
Correct. And any kind of health damage you're going to take, damage reduction will apply to it. So you're going to have to, I guess, whatever order we feel like doing.
Okay, give me that number one more time. What did we hit?
That's 10, 16 plus another 6. So we're at like 22?
Okay, that's just going to hit all of them.
Okay.
So we've got some damage reduction on most of these folks here. All right, so starting with Wrecker.
Okay, starting with Wrecker. So, but his ego is his best, and he's got it pumped. So it's actually going to be a multiplier of 6 minus 2.
Yes.
So it's going to be a 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Unless ouch. Great school math. And then we add 6 to that. So it's 26 total. Half is
half 13. That would be 13. Okay.
Something.
Not bad. He felt that, and the next on the list we'll do Bulldozer. Now that is a -3 for his damage reduction. Yeah, he is a tanky boy. So
that's a multiplier of only a 3. So 3 times 5, we're getting 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. Let's call it 10.
We'll call it 10. Yeah, I'll accept that. Okay. So just the barrage laying down on these guys. They're all just got their fists up and they're just taking these beats. For Thunderball. Now his damage reduction is only -1.
Good.
Not that we're tipping our hat to 20 Tactics here, but yeah. So he's So it's a 5. So 5 times
Yeah, it'd be 5 times 5 is 25
25
plus 6 is 31.
31.
So
Okay, so
15? Yeah.
okay, and the last one is also a -2, and that's on pile driver.
Okay. So yeah, he still wants us to keep in close with these guys because he wants to be their main focus, their main target. So
And he just goes straight up and straight down, or did he want to just do a little extra maneuvering?
yeah, that's fine. I mean, again, he wants to be
Okay.
kind of their main focus. He
He's
wants
just-
to be in the middle of these guys, yeah.
Goes straight up, gets everybody within his targeting range, and just blasts, and then does the superhero landing right back down to where he was. All 4 of the wrecking crew just took blasts. You can see the steam sort of rising off of their uniforms after taking those rays of energy blasts they just sustained.
Okay, so that'd be his turn.
Okay, that's the end of Guardian then. All right, well, next in the initiative order, we have Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. He's a little bit out of the fray right now, but he's got some leaping abilities, so I think he can get back into it pretty quickly. Let's see, let me double check that. Yep, he has a jump speed of 24, so we're going to engage that
Wow.
and try to get him up into the fray. So can we, let's move him up the field at least, whatever 24 is going to get us. I think we can get into melee with somebody with
He wants to
24.
move right up. If he's just leaping,
Yep, so it's a straight
This is-
leap and then coming straight down.
so he's just in
he's a-
one bounding leap.
Well,
he
yeah,
gets
and
hit
as
this
he's
side.
coming down, we're going to do some unrelenting smash. So he's kind of like, he's got his big hairy fists right up above his head as he comes down. He's getting ready for like a double overhead smash
All right.
down on these guys. So we're going to spend a little bit of focus here. It's 15 focus to do unrelenting smash, but it's let's see, it's the character makes a melee check, compares it against the melee defense of every enemy within his reach. So he has a reach of 10, or sorry, 2 spaces, so 10 feet. So do you think where he lands, do you think he'd be able to get?
I would say, yeah, I would say he'd probably get Wrecker and Bulldozer.
Okay.
Guardian was just sort of in the way a little bit, so we had to navigate just so he didn't land on Guardian as he came down with that two-handed fisted smash. But yeah, he could definitely get both Wrecker and Bulldozer with this blast. So this attack means that he's just unrelentlessly just smashing into the wrecking crew.
He's coming down hard on these guys here.
Okay. And in that vein, he's spending focus on his first ground pound, and then he'll leap up and then continue to spend some more energy and movement on another ground pound.
Yeah, which is a melee against their melee. So imagine their melee is pretty good, as well as their damage reduction. But let's see how this goes. Let's see if we hit anybody.
So Wrecker once again is in the targets of the Alpha Flight.
Come on, big money. Ooh, not amazing. It's 4 on the Marvel dice, 6 and 2 on the other 2 dice. So we're looking at just the dice alone. We're only at a 12, but we're adding 5 to that. So that gives you a 17.
Okay, and the
first.
targets are Wrecker and...
So there's Wrecker and Bulldozer.
yeah, both hit.
Awesome. Okay, so only a 4 on the Marvel die though, so that's not amazing. Fortunately, with Sasquatch, we have a 7 multiplier. So let's start with Wrecker, because that's a -2.
Yep.
So I'll bring it down to a 5. 5 times 4
20.
is only 20. 20
this is
plus 5.
half damage?
25, yeah. So half of 25?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah? 12, okay. It's a little more damage to Wrecker, just a little bit here and there.
Chipping away for sure.
Chipping away. And Bulldozers.
Yeah, Bulldozer's a tanky boy, so that's -3.
Okay.
So that brings it down to
that's
4.
a 4. 4 times 4 is
16.
16. 16 plus 5 is 21. So maybe another 10 points of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool though.
Okay.
All right.
And after that smash, he kind of comes down, cracks the pavement around him a little bit as he brings double hairy fists down on top of these guys' heads. Bop, bop, bop.
Direct me if you wanted to. So an extra 4 movement is what we have left. So he could, if he's, just leaping, and because it's part of his jump movement, he could then just do a little hop to get over here.
Sounds good.
Is he focusing on these 2 now?
I can't hit the same target twice
Right,
in one
yeah.
round, but so
So
I'd have to look for 2 new fresh targets.
With the movement you have and where people are without overlapping, models, no, I think pile driver's still a little bit out, but you can definitely get
Fair enough.
the wrecking ball for
Okay,
sure.
so that'll be another 15 focus. I'll just knock off right now.
Are you okay with that movement? Like, that's probably as close as I can get without overlapping.
Yeah, that's fine.
bases.
That's probably fine. Yeah, because you used a lot of movement to get there in the first place, and then just whatever's left, you can go there. Okay, so then we make another melee attack against these guys. So each time clobber, I guess it's just a thunderball.
Just gonna be
behind,
thunderball,
yeah. Big hairy fist there. Not spectacular. 4 on the Marvel die, 4 and 3 on the other 2. So we're looking at 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 5 is 16.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Okay, good. So 4 on the Marvel die. What, he has a damage reduction of 1?
Just 1, yeah.
Okay, so then 6. So 4 times 6 is
24.
plus 5.
Is this also halved?
Yeah, so it goes up to 29, half 29.
Okay, right. So let's say that's 15.
I'll take 15 damage.
Yeah, okay. I'll give
Is it
you.
50 first?
I'll give you. I like whole numbers.
So it comes down with another 15 damage
Yeah.
into Thunderball.
Yeah,
Great.
Jeez, they haven't even moved, and these guys are getting pounded.
This is Alpha Flight, man.
Alpha Flight, yeah.
Mess around.
They're just getting the Alpha Strike in there with Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going in first. And yeah,
Goodness.
we're definitely making sure these two are their prime targets. They're trying to get their attention, and hopefully they've done so.
Absolutely. They have absolutely done so. Is that enough for Sasquatch?
I guess so.
That
Move on to
seems like
someone
enough.
else.
Why not? Can the Wrecking Crew get a turn now? Let's try. Let's see what they can do. So up next is Wrecker.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wrecker's just taken a pounding so far. Like, it just seems that he's just can't even get his head on straight with the pounding punches that he got from Guardian, the barrage, the sonic slap, the big hairy thundering ground pounds. He's just a dizzying, whirling swirl of just pain. But you know what? The Wreckers, that's nothing new for the Wrecking Crew. They like to get down and dirty. So with that, he's going to take a look at his targets, and he definitely sees who the ones are that's causing all the ruckus. His immediate target's probably just going to be the one that really socked him the last time, and he sees Guardian standing there. He's going to take a look at his buds there, and he's going to say, geez, change of plans, chums. Grab as much loot as you can and then get underground. Split up, meet back at the van. And then he's going to do what he can to sort of hopefully stun the Guardian with his magic, the magic coursing through his crowbar. If he can get it, fantastic, because it's electric type. Hopefully he'll get a stun on him before he can get out of here. So that's what he's hoping for.
All right.
But let's see if the Wrecker's luck can change a little bit. All right, so he'll take a melee smash. So that's going to be 5 focus. Smash is his signature move because,
It makes sense for someone who wrecks stuff, yeah.
yeah, he's the Wrecker.
Target number is 14, so it should be easy enough to hit that.
Okay, let's see. Okay, well, we've got a 4 and a 6 and a 5 on the Marvel die, and because it's a signature move, and also because it's Smash, we can pump a little bit more energy into it. So I'm gonna bump it up to 10, just so it's an even 5.
An additional 5.
I don't want to waste too much energy. But he does get an edge for it just being Smash and an edge for it being his signature weapon. So that's pretty crazy. We're gonna take a couple rolls on the Marvel here, see if we can't get that fantastic, because we're really looking for that stun.
Okay.
So it's a 5, but we're gonna re-roll that into a 2. Nope, we're gonna use our second re-roll, and yeah, there it is, Marvel. Sorry about that. So there is the option.
It's no fun being
here.
stunned,
Mhm.
as the Wrecker can contest to. So yeah, let's have Guardian spend a karma point, and we'll have you re-roll that Marvel into whatever your first roll was.
Okay, well, we're going back to the 5 then.
Okay.
Never gonna get a Marvel.
Hey, you made me spend karma early, so that's something.
Hey, all right. After the karma is spent, yeah, so it's just going to be, but it is going to hit.
Damage reduction of -3.
It brings it down to a 3. So that's not much. That's going to be a 22, but we also pumped an extra 10 in that, so that's 32.
32.
32 points of damage. Not bad. So it looks like he all of a sudden had the upper hand on Guardian, but then all of a sudden Guardian just does a quick flex, and his armor or his suit just sort of seems to react, and it deflects what was going to be a stunning blow into just a regular blow, and then Wrecker's just going to he's just going to start moving as far away as he can get. Now he doesn't have any special climb speed, so he is going to try to get around the bus. How is he going to? Yeah, he's not going to go that way. He's probably going to go this way. So let's see what we can do. Get some about here. This movement.
So they're bugging out a little bit? It seems like, eh?
So yeah, so the record does give the indication to the buddies that you know what, we don't have time to go toe to toe with these guys. Okay. Let's grab what we can get and get out of here. Next in the attack order, we've got Thunderball. So Thunderball, as you'll notice, is carrying a large wrecking ball with a chain, and it's another one of his iconic weapons. So what he's going to do is he's going to start picking up that ball, and you're going to notice that some electrical energy is going to start coursing through the chain and into the ball. He's going to start swinging it over his head, and he's going to use what his signature move is, called Whirling Frenzy. So it will hit all enemies within the range, and for him, the range on that ball and chain is going to be it's sort of like a reach weapon, so it's at least two or three spaces. So in this case, it's going to hit Sasquatch and 2 spaces. So Sasquatch and Guardian will get struck by this as well. It's again coursing through with the energy. So once again, if we can get a fantastic, this will cause a stun. Otherwise, it's just doing half damage to both of these targets. Okay. So it's a melee check compared against the melee defense. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Every enemy within reach, and if the attack is a success, the enemy takes half regular damage. On a fantastic success, full damage, and the weapon's effect.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Well, it's a 6 Marvel 1. So we do get an edge because it's a signature move. So we're going to re-roll that 1 and go for the fantastic.
Oh, phew.
So now, didn't happen.
Okay.
All right.
You got a Marvel on that?
We did. So that's 12, 13, 14.
So we're going to have to use another. We're going to have to influence that Marvel. We don't want that Marvel to stick. So because it's affecting Sasquatch, we're going to have Sasquatch use his karma now and get you to re-roll that Marvel. No way I'm getting both these guys getting stunned and double damage. Yikes. Or full damage.
No, it's full damage. Yeah, just be full damage. Yeah, so it's a 5.
Okay. Still pretty good. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah. All right, so 5, but it's halved. Let's figure it out. So I know there's some damage reduction here.
Yeah, they both have -3 to their health damage reduction. So whatever, it's simple math. It's just
yeah. So again, we're doing 6 for our melee. So they're both -3.
Yep.
Okay. So down to 3. So 3 times, so it's 15 plus 6, so it's 21. So half that. So again, 10 damage to each of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and then seeing these 2 mighty Canadian brutes bearing down on him, recognizing that the attack didn't go as well as he was hoping, he's going to heed his leaders, quote-unquote leaders' advice, do a little parkour there, and start moving around, get as far as they can possibly get. Start
Seems to be making a break for it too.
His break, yeah. That's all they're going to do at this time. Now we're on to Puck.
Okay, so Puck is going to try to get the civilian that's trapped inside that car, or stuck inside the car, out and get him to relative safety, I think. So
Okay.
I'm going to check what am I going to need for that one.
So yeah, he'll need to hop off the side there. He'll see that it's the driver that's unconscious. The airbags are off, arms sort of hanging out the smashed window there, just not moving. Some pools of liquid are still, of course, pooling around this vehicle here. So a bit of care and caution might be involved, just because of the flammable material that might be surrounding this vehicle. So you'll need to go to the driver's side, unless he wants to crawl into the vehicle to try to get the driver out.
Drop down there.
Yeah. Is there any strength that Puck seems to possess?
He's just got the mighty 2.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't miss arm day very much. Got it.
No.
Okay. So he's going to go over to, let's see, this is a flipped vehicle. This is the driver's side, I believe, right here. He'll see that the driver of the vehicle, luckily no other occupants, but there is a driver in there. Not too difficult for him to get the door open and sort of lift up the vehicle enough to extricate him. So yeah, let's go for what we call a strength of melee check, just to see if we can pop that door open. It's nothing too difficult.
Yeah, melee non-combat check. Here we go. 5 and a 4 on the regular dice, 3 on the Marvel. So it puts us up at a 9, 11, 12, plus is 4.
Easily done.
16.
Yeah, not a problem. At a 16, not a problem. The door scrapes open. Again, very careful with the liquids that's pouring out, but it seems to be not a problem. He'll crawl in there, or sort of reach around and get the buckle off again, and then carefully be able to carry out this regular average-sized civilian. Not a problem for Puck with his strength. And he's got him up in his arms, over his shoulder. What do you want to do with him?
Yeah. Come on, buddy. Get you out of here. And then once he gets him free of the wreckage there, he's going to help him best he can. He'll go with the rest of his remaining movement down the side street there.
Okay.
And as he's going, he might try to call over a civilian who's up.
Yeah.
Should be running the same direction.
Absolutely.
Can you take this guy?
Yeah. So as Puck moves away from the vehicle, he'll see another stunned civilian or pedestrian sort of in there, just in a panicked mode, sort of looking at all this carnage and chaos, and just sort of be in sort of a stunned stare and stance at Puck. He recognizes that Puck is talking to him. Can you give me an ego check just to see if you can snap him out of his stunned stupor and see if you can get him to help you.
All right. Ego's not exactly Puck's forte, but let's see what we got. You got a
Not a difficult number.
+1. Oh, well, 6 on the marble. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Plus another 5 to boot and a 1. So we're looking at 12 plus 1, so 13.
No, yeah, the 13 is easily enough done. He does recognize what Puck is saying, and he sees the injured person and being offered to him, and Puck then, of course, insists that he does sort of help him and move him along. So yeah, the pedestrian's,
Hey.
sorry man, yeah, okay, I'll help you. So he does take up the unconscious. Now he's not as strong as Puck, so when he's given
Well, I'm hoping that maybe the guy can hobble or walk, and he just kind of drape an arm over.
well, he's unconscious. The person in the
he's
vehicle is
unconscious.
unconscious.
Oh, sorry.
So he'll have to, yeah, but sure enough, the pedestrian there is fit enough that he'll drag him the rest of the way. It won't be very fast going for this guy, but he will, for all intents and purposes, have the unconscious pedestrian or unconscious driver. No doubt that if they're there, just in case it becomes a
Maybe
possibility.
get some shots too later
Yeah.
on.
So he's got the driver there, and he's helping to drag him back.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so he just lets his action to get him out, and that's full movement. That's it for Puck.
Okay, great. Very good work. You're taking care of these civilians very well, considering the chaos that's been going around. So good job, Alpha Flight. Bulldozer is up next. As far as the wrecking crew goes, Bulldozer isn't the most eloquent or intelligent. He's very simple, salt of the earth type of guy. If he sees a problem, it's just easiest for him to just hit it head on. Hence his persona of the Bulldozer. He's going to follow after Wrecking Ball, but in his wake, he is going to do what is known as the ram attack. When you're called the Bulldozer, where are you gonna do?
Let's go.
Yeah. So he's going to move his 5. He's going to use his action to do another move.
Yeah. Right through.
And go essentially right through him. Now, the way this is going to work, we're just going to do a little bit cheeky because we don't have to move and then do his reaction to hit him. But he's going to keep on sort of moving on through, and he'll get right up to about behind Wrecker. So they're pretty close together. But in the process, he's going to have rammed into the Guardian if he hits.
Okay.
So
Yeah, again, target number 14 for his maybe.
Okay.
And it's a signature, so he's got an edge on this one.
that is true. He's got a signature. So we've got a 2 and a 3, and then a 6 on the Marvel. He has +5, and that's 16. So that's the target already. We've hit. So we're going to go do a little fantastic fishing.
Sure.
Fish for that fantastic.
But it was a 6 or something?
It was a 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, either way, this is going to hurt.
Okay, just let it on. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Roll high.
Yeah, so the way this works is that it hurts both guys. Like, he's going to ram into him as well, and he's going to take some damage too. But damage reduction does apply. But whatever damage that goes through will be doubled.
Okay, I think this might be time to pop shield, but let's see what kind of damage we're looking at. Again, he has a
Yep.
damage modifier of -3.
Okay, well his melee is only 5, so that drops it down to a 2. But actually, yeah, that's not bad. So 2 times 6 is 12 plus 5, so 17 doubled is 34.
Well, we're still going to need to pop an elemental shield is currently around his body, with shimmering red.
Okay.
Energy sparkling around his mechanical suit there.
Yeah.
To absorb at least 20
Okay,
of that damage.
and then the rest will go through.
Yeah, the rest will go through.
Yeah, so that's another 14 points.
Yeah, okay, 14 points per through is going to cost me 10 focus to pop that off.
Well, I mean, it was kind of an even trade there with the shield that you just popped there,
Yeah,
right?
so, yeah.
Now, is that a reaction
That was
to
a
do
reaction.
that?
That's the only reaction. So
Okay.
his reaction's
Yep.
done for this round.
All right, and well, that's it for Bulldozer. So then we move on to, finally, Pile Driver.
Okay.
So Pile Driver is a bit more of a wild card of the Wrecking Crew. He's villainous through and through. He's all about the damage and the chaos and the carnage, and he's got these oversized fists to let people know that he means business. He doesn't need any weapons when he's got fists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of his thing. So he's going to take a look around. Yeah, he hears his boss's orders, but he wants to have a little bit of fun. So he's going to move just one space closer. He's going to do a ground-shaking smash right on, just piling his fists into the car on the ground there. He's going to jump up because he's got jump,
Oh, okay.
and he's going to
Oh, it's a sort of a stomp.
sort of a
Pile
ground,
drive.
just pile driving into the ground. So pile driver is going to take a little leap, pile drive into the ground, through the car, onto the ground, completely smashing and obliterating this car, and then spreading some damage out to these two here. If they hit, so it is going to be, I believe, melee against their agility defense.
Oh, it's agility.
Apparently. Yeah, see if you can sort of
Oh,
bounce
that's
out
a
of the
lot
way.
easier. Okay, so Guardian's only a 12, but Sasquatch is a 14.
Oh, wow. Okay, not bad. So that's already 12
Yeah.
plus 6. But I'm going to go fantastic fishing.
Or spend.
That's a 2. So we got 6. All right.
6 on the
Yeah,
marble, that's
but there's
really
still a
low.
lot of damage reduction. It's only a 5 times, so we're not going to. And it's only half, so it's going to be basically nothing. It just sends a little tickle to them. So damage reduction again is -3 for both of them.
Yep.
12 plus 6 is that's 18. Half. So it's only 9 points of damage. And then he's going to use the rest of his movement of 4 and just sort of leap here onto the bus. He's a jumper. He's a wily one.
Do we want to move any of the civilians at the end of the round?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great.
Break
Yeah.
away here?
Let's see. Let's do some checks. Yeah, they're pretty panicked, but they're also sort of like stunned, and they're just like, do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? I'm not gonna roll for all of them. I'm just gonna sort of do a generic check to see how well they just stick around, or if they're getting out. If they're moving, if they're getting out of there. Oh yeah, with that roll, they're definitely not sticking around. So
This is one roll first.
Wait, I was just doing this side of it.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll do this side. So I'm just going to do 2 rolls. But this guy is going to, get at best a burst of speed, and he's going to start dragging this guy away. Yeah, he's stupor, and then she just sees all this carnage there, and that the car just blow up, and that breaks her stupor, and she's booking it. She sees that there are police, so she's just going to move as far as a civilian can move that way. These guys over here. They see that the wrecking crew is starting to be on the move. Well, here, yeah, but they see one of the wrecking crew, and they definitely notice stuff going on. So he's going to start moving towards the subway. Perhaps it's time to train. This guy's going to move back, and the poor little guy in a wheelchair is going to do what he can. All right, the other side of the field. Not as good. So no, they're shuffling on their feet, just sort of just crouching down and just like, oh. So there is still, at the beginning of Aurora's turn, I'll let you know that she did have a heartfelt plea from the wife to please go save my husband, and the weight of the concrete is still sinking into this car. The car is still, the shocks have blown, the tires have blown, the glass is still crashing in, the dashboard is getting ever closer to being the gentleman. So it is going to be a bit of a harder check now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to give her all. It's on the driver's side. She's going to get
Yep,
side of the car.
yep, and she's of course
a little bit of movement there.
plenty of movement to do that. Easy for her.
Okay, and yeah, so let's do it. I guess another strength check.
Yes, we'll do another melee strength check.
I roll a marble on the marble die.
Okay, that's good. That's
I
good.
only have 3 and 1 on the other one, so I got.
Okay. To honor the marvel, I'll give you an edge on this.
Good. Change that 1 to 6.
Perfect.
So 6, 3 marble. Okay, so
Awesome.
that should be. Okay, great.
Okay,
so we
great.
That's all okay.
Absolutely. So once again, the doors are being ripped off the hinge with her just amazing, it seems, strength from this petite.
Go into the speed of the momentum, she kind of ripped the door off.
Absolutely.
There.
Yep. And again, with that roll and the fantastic that you got there, she's able to clear some of the heavy debris that's pinning him down, and even move some of the dash and the seat. She now has the pedestrian in peril in her arms.
So she'll fly off again where she was before to drop him off at the police barricade there. It's a little bit off.
About 10. We can do about 10 to get her over here.
Okay.
Now he is still conscious. He's still hurt.
Right.
He's absolutely limped. But the police officers, seeing that everything's under control here, are starting to move forward with their barricades. Yeah. So the police officers will easily be able to run up and help this pedestrian out of the way. So not a problem there.
Great, because that would be about half her movement.
Yep.
Do you want to start flying back into the fray? Is there what else seems like a priority that she didn't help out with?
Yeah, I
Or does she
mean,
want to start getting into
again,
the mix?
she's noticed that some of the people on the bus have started to climb their way out. So there will be some people still sort of stranded on top of the bus.
Well, she's gonna fly in there and start grabbing people, at least maybe 2 or whatever she can carry, and just kind of again, and then just kind of.
So she's heading towards the bus again.
Yeah, and she'll grab as many people as she can.
She can probably get about that far. Yeah, she because they're willing. We're not going to really call it a grab.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, if I don't have enough movement to actually, I would use my reaction to turn it into a standard action and use a standard action to do the move action.
Yes, so then you can get another can get another move out of there. But yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to cost an action because these people are willing to. They see the danger approaching them, and they already know that she's there to rescue them.
Hopefully, maybe I can grab at least maybe 2 of them with her enhanced physique. Who seem to move most injured, most panicked.
Absolutely.
And then fly back again. To the police line.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Yeah, just sort of zip lining all these people at breakneck speed. I mean, they may have whiplash by the end of this, but they'd be happy to get away for sure. So yeah, she'll grab a few of the more injured ones. So she'll prioritize those. So yeah, there's not actually that many left on the bus that couldn't get out on their own power. So she'll have the last of the ones that are specifically injured that would need to be rescued on their own.
Okay.
Not on their own. Sorry. So with her movement, she can get yay far again and probably have a bit of movement left over. Like where do you want her to go? Because she can set them down over here, and then the police officers that she's trying to escort them to safety will sort of move in. So that's like, I don't know, 5, 10, 12-ish movements. So she'd have a bit more.
So she can move basically back to that location again.
Yeah, she wanted to sort of get back into the fight.
She'll sit back on top of the bus and just kind of assess from there and see what those needs
back on top of the bus.
Talk about yo-yo action.
Okay, and then back again in a flash.
Yeah.
The pedestrians are like, please help. And as they get flown to safety over here, dropped off.
Okay.
Are you happy with her there?
Yeah, I mean, again, half the job of the hero is to try to be a prime target for a villain to go after.
Excellent.
And the villains in the area, so that's what she's going to try to be.
Sounds good. You're doing a fantastic job of clearing up most of the threats. The vehicle that's flipped over is a potential threat to the leaking fluids that can very much be flammable. Works, could cause an explosion. And there are still people in the bus that could be in peril if the wrecking crew decide to make them a target.
That would be a roller.
Excellent. Very good. So that brings us to Guardian.
So I think what Guardian's going to do is similar to what he did in the last round. He's going to fly up. What if he should try to cut them off at the pass?
Yeah, you'll notice, and so will Guardian, and I'm more of a theater of the mind situation. But there are people still trying to clamber up onto the top of the bus. If he's contemplating a barrage, it might be a little bit difficult.
He's got to be precise.
Yeah, he'll need to be precise,
right?
with his attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what he might do, is kind of fly up, hit him with a barrage, and kind of as he's over the top of the bus, and then kind of land his full 20 spaces away on the opposite side of the bus from where he is now. So as he's kind of traversing over there, he's going to lay down a barrage on those 3. So he actually still might be able to get all 4 if he's like line of sight, kind of in the middle of the bus. He just kind of blasts with both hands and just lays blasts of energy from his suit into all of the wrecking crew there.
From where he is currently,
he's going to fly
10 spaces. Yeah, 10 spaces would get all of those guys. Yeah, again.
Yeah.
So he's going for his barrage. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to do barrage, but he's going to do it in the middle of the air.
So again, he's flying. Okay, he's flying up, and then when he gets to a certain height, he's going to barrage.
So at the height of his arc, as he's going over the bus, he's going to barrage from there, and then land on the opposite side of the bus, this full 20 spaces.
All right, that'll probably get him 20 spaces.
Yeah, he has a flight of 20.
Well, 20 spaces would probably put him back to about here. Well, then again, he is arcing, so if you take in consideration height, which, why not? So where do you want him, essentially? Is that close enough? Do you want him further back?
I'll push him back as far as you'll let him go. I'll put that one on you.
With the height? Yeah, we'll put him right about there. Yeah, so because this is a ranged attack, as Guardian leaps into the air and then starts powering up his suit and his gauntlets to make this attack, Wrecker is going to see the civilian within 5 feet, and he's going to skulk, which means he can move behind for free this civilian. And the civilian, this now becomes the target. He's using a reaction to do this, but yeah, he's now using the civilian as the new target of the attack.
Oh, dirty.
Very villainous. And because he's literally got the villainous tag, he's going to burn his reaction and grab somebody out of the bus and do the exact same thing. So we're going to get another civilian up there on top of the bus, and he's also going to burn his reaction to throw a civilian up in front of the attack.
Oh, so he's skulking too
He
behind.
is skulking, yeah. And there's not really much movement per se, other than just to grab the person that was on the bus and try to climb up through the window. And he just uses one of his big meaty fists and just pulls him up as a reaction to sort of use him as a skulks behind him. So that's
Is
2
this-
reactions per.
Speedster. I guess there's nothing that Aurora can do.
She could try to interpose, but it would have to be.
Like, she could try to interpose for this villain, but she might be a little bit out of range of that, right?
But I mean, she is a speedster, so if you wanted her to take the attack,
Yeah, I'd rather the attack go to Aurora. If
I'm
you
going
can say
to-
if she can dash over there and
yeah, if she goes,
see what
she can
she's
use her
doing, see
reaction.
he's coming in with
Yeah.
her super speed. Maybe she can
I'll
burn her
give
last
you-
reaction to try to
Absolutely, if you want to do that, yeah,
interpose. Was it?
interpose, yes,
Yeah.
which is another reaction. So she'd have to
She's
use.
got a decision to make. She's equal distance between 2 of those villains, but I guess because she's on the bus, she'd be more in tune with the people coming out of the bus. So yeah, so it'd
Okay.
be what
So
pile
then
driver
she's
grabs.
then going to interpose, grab this civilian, and then now all of a sudden Aurora is the target of the attack.
Okay. Jeez, do you think Guardian would be seeing this to try to pull his punches? But
Well,
I guess
he-
as it's already left
yeah.
his gauntlets here, right?
Yeah, and so that's Wrecker and Pile Driver's reactions, but of course, Thunderball and Bulldozer are going to take whatever damage that they take. So have we rolled?
No.
Let's try to determine
No, I don't
what's
wanna
going to
roll.
happen.
You made this roll feel bad. Okay, so it's a 5 on the Marvel die, 4 and a 1.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a 16 if you're looking for.
Oh gosh, no, that hits. Okay, so 16 does hit Bulldozer, and let me just check again for Thunderball. I'm pretty sure it hits Thunderball. Yes, it hits Thunderball as well. Okay.
But even her resilience is 12, so yeah, Aurora would take that hit too.
Okay.
So it's a 5 on the Marvel die. So anybody got? Yeah, we've all got damage resistance here. The ones that get the civilian, except for the civilian.
Yeah, the civilian will take the full damage and won't.
So you want to do the civilian first, you monster?
That's
It's a 6 times 5.
30 plus stuff. In
30
half.
plus 6.
Even
cut in
half
is 36
is
cut in
still
half.
enough.
It's more than
So
enough to take out
he's
these poor guys.
Yeah,
He
so
gets
the
knocked
civilian will be unconscious. Yeah, not dead. Well, it's
Okay.
close.
36 and cut in half is less than 20. Yes, just.
Yeah, it's like 18.
So nobody trip over him. You're
Yeah.
fine.
So he's hanging on, but just barely. But he took a pretty bad
He's
hit.
Unconscious. Yeah.
Okay, who do you want me to do next? Bulldozer?
Sure. He's a -3 guy.
Yeah, he's -3, so that goes down to 3.
So yeah, the multiplier of 3. So 3 times 5
3 times that is 15,
plus 6.
so that's 21.
21. Yeah, call it half that
We'll
is
call
10.
it 10. Okay, and then only a -1 for the multiplier on Thunderball.
Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25 plus 6 is 31 or 15. And then that pile driver guy made the tackle onto Aurora.
Yeah, so basically it's Aurora that's
yeah.
taking that.
So any health damage you take is at a -1 to the modifier because she has damage reduction of -1 as
Okay.
well. 15 health damage to Aurora.
Oh, but she interposed, so she knew what she was getting into. A brave one.
She's getting a accommodation after this.
She's quite
She definitely
heroic.
deserves something for this, yeah. And the poor civilian shaken
Okay.
and scared, but does not get hit by the
No,
attack.
the
And then-
civilian is now saved.
If you ever seen an angry Canadian before, friggin' Guardian.
Please describe the look of Guardian's face right now.
Guardian is just shocked, horror, and just angry as all get out. So he's no longer playing around. He was taking it easy on these guys before, just trying to chip away at them, just trying to whittle them down, show them who's boss, show them that we've got power, we can do this. Gloves are coming off. Yeah, he's seeing red through that visor of his.
If that's the end of Guardian,
Yeah, that's his
His
movement.
move.
Yeah, that's his action.
so that's the end of his turn. That'll bring us to Sasquatch.
Time to conk some heads. Sasquatch is going to move up right behind Thunderball and
Thunderball, yeah.
Pile
Okay.
Driver.
And his movement is
He can leap up to 20
okay.
slot
Then
spaces,
if
so he
that's
can
not
easily
a
get up
problem.
there right now.
All right, so he's right there between the two of
Yeah,
them.
we'd say that it's like what 5 spaces to get there, just so I know if I got what I got left.
Yeah, that would have been 5.
So Sasquatch is going to come right behind Thunderball and Bulldozer, and he is going to go for a smashing heads.
He's going to try to. So in order to do that,
So get over you knuckleheads and just kind of try to clonk these things together. It is a little tricky to pull off. The character makes 1 melee check
okay,
against the melee defense scores of both these guys.
okay,
So my 1 roll has got to be both their defense scores.
sure, that shouldn't be too hard.
If the attack fails against either foe, so either one of them it doesn't succeed against, the attack fails entirely. So it has to succeed against both of them for anything to go through.
Okay,
If the attack is successful against both foes, they take full damage. They both have to succeed against this one melee check.
Sure. Wow. Okay.
So what's the highest melee score I'm going against here?
Okay, so melee defense is 16.
Okay, so 16. Or I got at least. I gotta get 16
and 15.
then.
So 16. Not hard. Not hard.
Come on, dice, don't let me down. Oh, tigers are low roll. We're gonna need some help from Puck. I think he's gonna have to burn a reaction to try to help teammate. Maybe just call something out and try to distract the two guys he's trying to hit. Kind of like throw his rump in the air and kind of give it a few smacks, like, over here, big boys, and try to distract them a little bit as Walter gets a better grip
Right,
on
so
their
they don't
heads,
see that
and
big Sasquatch sneaking up on them.
Yeah, and then try to, and then
bash
try to,
their
yeah,
heads.
so we're gonna try to reroll. So I'm definitely gonna reroll that Marvel. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You want to take a look?
No, I don't want to see the Marvel.
Just got a Marvel.
I don't want to see that Marvel.
Mwah, thank you, Puck. So peekaboo, crunch,
Ooh,
and
that's
nails
gonna
these two
hurt.
heads together
That's
as
gonna
hard
hurt.
as they can. Okay, so it's not double damage, but they are getting knocked prone.
Oof. All right.
Let's start.
Yeah,
with,
what's the damage?
Let's
All
start
right.
with Thunderball.
Well, yeah, this could actually be really bad for him. Yeah, it's only -1.
So it's 6 times 6 is 36.
36, yeah.
36 plus 5 brings us up
To 41.
41. So it's a nice 41 damage to Thunderball.
Ouch, he felt that. You stupid hard-headed.
And then it'd be significantly less for our friend with the -3 modifiers.
So okay, that's
29 points
against
of damage.
that's against
That's against Bulldozer. Yeah, 29 against Bulldozer. Yeah. Whoever can be knocked prone or decides to get knocked prone is now knocked prone.
yeah, so Thunderball will be knocked prone.
Okay.
So he's knocked down. Oh, my head, you stupid hard-headed brute. Oh. And then, yeah, but I think I will burn his reaction from Bulldozer to keep him standing.
Okay. So he just stumbles around a little bit and keeps
Yeah.
his feet.
Ugh.
Okay. And
Ouch.
so that's his actions. He's still got some movement left. So I think he'd want if these guys are going to start skulking and try to get some villains in front of them, maybe I guess he doesn't need to get on top of the bus, but I think he might move in front of Pile Driver within close range, just in case he tries some other shenanigans.
So he's just gonna. Okay, it's getting
He'll
pretty
just leave-
crowded up on that bus.
No, not on the bus.
Oh,
on the
okay.
on the road in front of Pile Driver.
All right.
He's
So
a
he's
big
just
boy,
going to
so
do
he can
another
reach up and-
Sasquatch leap,
Yep.
big-footed leap, and just sort of land right
within melee range of Pile Driver.
Oh,
close
within
to the
melee.
bus.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's tall, right?
Yeah,
he's
so he
big.
can reach up there and grab his foot or whatever he needs to do. Like, he's big, yeah.
Okay.
He's got a reach of 2 spaces, 10 feet. So I
Wow.
guess that'll be it for Sasquatch.
If that's it for Sasquatch, then Wrecker is going to go. What is he going to do? He sees Guardian pretty distraught about his last attack.
He's staring directly at Wrecker.
Almost sort of becking him to come at me. Just sort of let's throw down. He's looking at Guardian. He's sort of giving them a let's go. Yeah, he's going to take a simple approach to these problems, and that's just a smash thing. So he's going to take his crowbar, and it's a magic crowbar enhanced with some electrical magic power. And Asgardian power, I believe.
Yeah, it is changed by Asgard.
So, with a crackle and flash of almost lightning, he's going to throw that magic crowbar directly at Guardian there, all charged up, and see if you can get him to flinch.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any rerolls on the horizon for this one, but we've got a 4 in the Marvel.
Okay.
Meh. But a 4 and a 6
Oh, that's probably gonna hit.
plus,
Yeah,
plus
it's only a
stuff.
12 to get through his agility.
Yeah.
Number 12. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to hit.
right.
Yeah, so it does hit, but it's what, reduced by 3?
Yeah, the damage goes down by
So
3.
3 times 4, 12 plus 7.
All right, so we're
Sorry.
going to do 19 damage?
Yeah, what did I say? 12 plus 7 is 19 damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
So I'm going to use my reaction on Guardian to pull up 20 points of protection.
Oh.
So I'll burn my reaction, but no damage will go through because the shield stay up. So
Okay.
it can absorb 20 points of damage.
Wow, so big flash of the shield energy meets the crowbar in a flash of light, and then the crowbar does magically fly right back into Wrecker's hand. He
Nice.
says, nice move, Canuck. And then he's just gonna lose his movement to skulk over here, to get behind some of the cover maybe.
Great.
So we are to Thunderball now, who just took a thundering crack to his skull. So he's laying with he's seeing little wrenches just swirl around his head there. So he's prone. So he is going to spend 1 square or 5 feet or whatever you call it of movement to stand up.
Mhm. Okay.
He's looking pretty dazed. You definitely seen some bruises show up on his face there. May even be spitting out a tooth at this point in time. He's known for being one of the most intelligent of the Wrecking Crew. In fact, little known is that he's known as a genius level intellect.
Oh.
So he's doing the math. Let's just put it that way. And he knows that he's not going to be on his feet for much longer. So as much as he loves to throw down, he also loves to save his own butt a little bit more. So he's going to move as fast as he can to try to get away, and he sees the subway as a potential way to get out of here. So he's going to do a movement action, split the D between these two, and then do another movement action to get into the subway, and then start flinging himself down there. Yeah, so Thunderball is trying to get away. He's on his way to escape. But at this point in time, with the maximum movement that he had, he's just sort of hanging there at the top of the subway, trying to make his way down. So technically, he's still in play.
Okay.
But you can definitely tell he's trying to escape. Pretty obvious.
We'll see about that.
Right. So that said, Puck's turn.
All right, Puck. So he sees Thunderball just dash between him and Sasquatch, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't!" And he tracks him as he's heading for the subway. Puck would be more concerned about the people in the subway, that this villain's trying to head down there without anybody trying to stop him. I mean, there's plenty of things he can wreck down there, especially in the TTC. There's crowded, tight, cramped space.
Yeah, that's still on the table.
Yeah, I think he'd be a little more worried about that. So I do think Puck is going to tail him. He's going to move in behind him.
Okay, so he'll spend his movement to get
behind him.
Oh yeah, he'll easily be able to parkour right over here to get on his heels. For sure.
So Puck's going to come in behind him, and he's going to try to make these attacks count. So he's going to go dig into his years and years of martial art combat training, and try to do a flurry of attacks at his weak points, like his joints at the back of the knees, and the spine and the shoulder blades, or try to chop the back of the
work the chakras.
Neck there. Yeah, just gonna work it. So he's gonna go in with a few chain strikes. This is an attack with an edge, and if he gets a fantastic, he can make the attack again.
Oh wow!
So we'll make this attack count. He does look pretty bruised up, so hopefully,
oh yeah, there's a good
one
chance
solid hit from Puck might do the job.
For sure.
Oh, this hurts so bad. I think it's the lowest you can roll. Two. No, okay. Well, it could have got worse. It could have been 1-1-2.
Well, you do have that edge. You do have that edge.
Twos. What's his melee defense?
So yeah, because you've been punching him, you would probably know this. It's 16.
16, eh? Okay, we've got an edge. We're definitely going to reroll this Marvel. We're sitting at a fanciful 10. He's making it away. I rolled another 2. So even with, there's no point in having anyone help him burn this reaction. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's so unfortunate.
Oh, there's
so poorly. Sorry, Puck. But no, his attacks, I guess, tried to get in there. He tried to sweep him, hit him in the back of the legs. I guess the attacks just were missing, or they just weren't impacting well enough. It may just be out of reach.
Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't quite connect solidly enough this time around. Okay, well, if that's the end of Puck's turn, in standard bulldozer style, he's just going to go straight at ramming through this bus. So he's going to take his double movement and just plow through it. The pile driver looks over his car and sees that Bulldozer's about to bulldoze through. He's like, whoa, wait a minute, big guy. And so what Bulldozer's going to do is he's going to hold his turn to go after pile driver. Okay. I believe it's not holding an action, but holding turn. But then that changes their turn order for the rest of this combat.
Yeah, that puts them down the initiative order.
Yeah, in the initiative order. Thank you. Bit of teamwork, surprisingly, for these guys, but they've been together for a long time. We're going to go
more out of preservation.
Yeah, mostly.
Thinking and reaction.
So pile driver's going to take his turn first.
Okay.
So what his plan is, seeing that there's a lot of bad guys, a lot of good guys around, he's going to get his meaty paws. This person was interposed and moved out of the way. Mm-hmm. He's not being held by Aurora.
No.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is he's going to take one big meaty paw, he's going to grab this pedestrian here, and he's just going to do quick toss as a reaction and throw it. Because he's mighty too, he's going to just lob this thing up like about 15 feet in the air.
Okay.
So you'll just see this. So both these heroes here are going to see this pedestrian just get lobbed 15 feet up in the air. And
we'll just assume that they're in the air and they haven't fallen down yet until, I guess.
Okay. So we've got a civilian, a pedestrian flying in the air there.
Okay, great.
And yeah, so he's like, he turns to the heroes. He's like, yeah. So pile driver grabs the pedestrian and just lobs it. Does a quick toss of that pedestrian. Just, his arms and legs just flying everywhere. Just goes about 15, 20 feet in the air because he's just using all his strength to just lob him up there. He looks at both heroes. He's like, hey, you guys invented basketball. Here's a free throw for you. And so up in the air, the pedestrian goes. He's in a bit of a pickle. So that's why he's throwing the pedestrian up there. Why you heroes got to get in my way?
You're the one who used your action to throw people in the air and start double moving.
Yeah. Well, I guess if he double moved, he might have been able to. Out of my way, shorty! And then he's going to try to get past Puck. With the pedestrian hanging precariously up in the air, then we move to Bulldozer. Who's just going to, start doing his move. But yeah, I think what he's going to do is just going to blast right through the TTC bus. Yeah, so Bulldozer's going to do what Bulldozer does. He's here to wreck things. So yeah, he's just going to go and do a signature move, the ram. The target is going to be the bus, and he's going to blast through that, hopefully, and try to make for the exit as well. But it's getting a little clogged over there. So now keep in mind, there's still a pedestrian hanging precariously in the air, as well as some pedestrians still left on that bus. So if he's successful in wrecking this thing, we might have some more imperiled pedestrians. Pedestrians in peril. Well, let's see what we get. Ooh, Marvel.
No way, you serious?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
5, 3, and a Marvel.
Jeez.
So we're going to smash that bus.
So much going through it, just knocking it.
Absolutely.
Can Sasquatch do something to try be loosey-goosey with his reaction and try to grab the bus and prevent it from being knocked back at least? We'll be a little creative with the interpose. He just sees the bus getting knocked and just puts his weight behind it and digs in and tries to grab it and prevent it from getting knocked back at least. Maybe we do a strength check equal to his Bulldozer's attack result.
Well, let's do an edge on the 3 here and turn into a 6. So we got a 5, 6, 6, 7. So what is that? That's 24.
Oh gosh, so you'd have to make it 24.
Yeah,
I think he's up for the challenge if you let him use a reaction for that. Try to prevent the bus getting knocked back.
Okay, so the
24.
Target number is 24.
Okay.
If he wants to do a reaction.
Yeah.
And give me a
play with
melee strength check.
Yeah,
we'll see how far this bus gets
if you
tossed.
can stop it from getting tossed. Yeah.
Or how far
come on, Sasquatch.
Maybe he can save. Maybe he can save some of the pedestrians if he does it well enough.
All right. Oh, I only get to add a 5 to this. Ooh, I thought it was more. Now's the time for the ultimate. It's too bad I don't have a. Oh, maybe someone can. Who's got a reaction available? Because I got a Marvel. I got a 6, but I got a 1 on the other dice. So if I can.
Well, you didn't get a Marvel, so that's kind of good.
So far I'm failing, but if I can get someone to give me a reaction, I can reroll this 1 into a 6, I'll have an ultimate fantastic. There's a small chance.
Small chance. Well, for the ultimate fantastic, let's see if Puck's got a reaction.
He's the only one that's, so.
No. No, you didn't.
You have to look at this.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
616.
Fantastic.
Oh, teamwork
Ultimate
makes
fantastic.
the dream work.
Yes.
I can't believe that. All
yes, right. Thank you.
Well, okay, all right, we gave it to him. We gave it to him. We gave it to him. The Sasquatch sees how many people are imperiled and endangered by this ram attack that's coming in that he knows. Like, he's tall enough to see over top of the bus that this bulldozer is about to bulldoze into this bus, this TTC bus holding upwards to 15 to 20 pedestrians still in that bus. And he just calls upon his mighty Sasquatch strength.
And you hear Puck behind him, put your back into it!
He just lifts the bus out of the way.
Oh, jeez, okay.
So that his attack goes underneath the bus, but smashes into this car, and are going to move sort of this car into an interposing way that it just sort of rolls this way. Not that there's any damage, but
there's nobody in that one, right?
No, there's nobody left in that car, but it was leaking fluids. So it's going to probably explode after he smashes into it.
So the sparks only burning.
I'm going to send this exploding car flying this way. Now, again, because it's a fantastic, I'm not going to do anything about it, but it is going to smash into this other vehicle, which then smashes into this, which means that we've got a few more imperiled people. They're not hurt right now, but there is the good possibility that they could be seriously damaged by the explosion that's imminent right here. Yeah. So, but he did save the bus from getting crushed. Just trying to make sure we get our movement all squared. I just want to make sure we get enough movement here to smash into that bus as he crashes in that way, expecting the resistance of crashing through a bus, but which got miraculously lifted out of the way with that ultimate fantastic. But to honor my own Marvel that he rolled, we did smash into this other vehicle, causing some more chaos and destruction over there. Something else for the heroes to think about. Okay. All right. That's the end of the round. All right. So at the bottom of the initiative order, we're going to have our civilians start reacting again. So these civilians over here are going to start continuing to move away. I mean, they're pretty much going to meet up with the police on this side of the barrier, so they'll be fine. This pedestrian is going to attempt to start going down the subway, but he is unfortunate, being right next to Thunderball, who does have a reaction left and is going to grab him. So he is. Well, I know that's not a technical reaction, but.
Okay,
there's a villain.
Yeah, you can play loose with it. Sure.
He's just a little bit loose. He's
kind
a
of like
pedestrian there.
Interpose Hulk combine.
Yeah, it's sort of. But yeah, he's going to see the pedestrian try to just run and just stream down that subway tunnel. But Wrecker's just going to reach out with his wrecking ball and his chain and just sort of get him caught up there and tight with him. So he's got a hostage situation right now. And we've got these two guys here just saw a flaming vehicle heading towards them, crash into a vehicle right next to him. And this guy's going to be knocked down by just reacting and rolling backwards on his wheelchair. So he's knocked down. And this guy just sprints away as far as he can go. We've got more pedestrians over here. She just saw this guy get knocked down and practically out, but still barely hanging on. These guys were paralyzed with fear last turn, so we're going to roll for them. And they just clear the 10 that they needed to react. So this pedestrian's probably going to start administering first aid to make sure they try to revive this guy. Nice. So that's what she's going to try to. I mean, it's not great to move somebody, but it's easier to. She's the Good Samaritan, and she's going to try to pull this guy away as far as she can and start trying to do some CPR and then signal to the police, who are going to start moving up to try to also help him. Because the police are trying to move in to make sure everyone's protected. We've got another pedestrian here that sees Wrecker creeping up on him, and she's booking it. She's out of here. She's not spending any time with that guy. I think that's all the ones I can see so far. But again, we do have one pedestrian precariously hanging up here in the air, right above. Well,
good thing I got a speedster.
Yeah, it's probably not too much of an issue, but we'll see. She's about, like you said, he lobbed them up about 20 feet in the air. He's probably fallen about 5 feet or so. Okay, that brings us to round 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And Aurora.
So Aurora's gonna do her superheroine thing. First on our bucket list, pluck that civilian floating in the air out of the sky.
Right. So she's got that civilian again.
Yeah, so she'll fly up to whatever she needs to grab.
Yeah, about 15, 20 feet or so.
15 spaces to get her away there?
Yep, to grab.
Okay. And then she'll have about 10 more spaces to start making his way towards the gentleman in the wheelchair who is behind the flaming vehicle.
She's going to start heading towards the wheelchair gentleman?
Yep. Okay. And if she needs to use one of her standard reactions to
she will need to
movement,
she'll need to do that.
She'll do that and scoop down and try to grab him and then keep moving towards the end of the street.
There's going to be, I mean,
we can right him and then
you could right him and just if she's going to throw this pedestrian sort of on her back and just right him up and just
let's do that.
Just
right him up and
just what do you call it? Go-kart him or just wheelchair him out like faster than he's ever gone before in his life. Rights him quickly while still holding on to one of these pedestrians, sets his wheelchair up and just blasts him. And just the rest of her movement just to sort of get him out of
whatever it needs to take to get them out of harm's way, right?
Yeah.
So after she flies up in the air, grabs his pedestrian from midair, zips down towards the poor gentleman in the wheelchair, got tipped over, rights the wheelchair, carts him out of there at blinding speed. The rubber of the wheels start to burn up a little bit due to the friction on the pavement. Drops him off in a relatively safe zone, zips back on behind in front of the garbage truck.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, so she still has a reaction that she could turn into an action.
Perfect. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So she'll use her reaction, turn it into a standard action, and then she's going to use let's call it Dazzle. She's going to use Dazzle on Bulldozer there.
Okay.
And she's going to try to light him up a little bit by showing a super bright light flash right into his eyes.
Okay.
And it's going to be an ego check
all right.
against his vigilance. Oh my goodness, the dice have gone cold on me. So it's an 11.
His vigilance is 12.
Okay, so
I don't think anyone else has got reactions left.
So yeah, you're right. We don't have any reactions.
So
left,
just barely, even like she's done heroics. She's definitely earned her place on this team for sure with everything she's been able to do. And then as she finished her amazing movements to get these civilians and pedestrians out of the way, she again just lights up this enormous aurora display of light, which definitely is shocking enough to have stared at. But the flames and all that stuff seem to have dulled the glow from aurora that's emitting from this vehicle, and it just wasn't quite enough.
wasn't enough to blind the guy. Shoot.
All right.
So that's
So
Aurora.
that's going
then.
to finish Aurora. So yeah, now we move on to Guardian.
Okay. Okay. So this is what Guardian's going to do. He sees Thunderball trying to make a break for it and grab a civilian. So if he's going to make an attack at him, and he might just do that, like, yeah, he's as angry as he is as Wrecker. Like, he's angry at all these guys. So but right now there is a civilian in peril in the hands of Thunderball. He's going to go with the Elemental Blast, and he's going to, he's low on focus, so I don't know how much he's going to punch into it. Maybe just, we'll do 10 focus to round up to 5 extra damage, and we're going to make this ranged attack with an edge against Thunderball. But the edge will be negated because this attack would otherwise have trouble because he has a pedestrian in his grasp. So he's a lot harder to hit without hitting the pedestrian.
Yeah.
The dice hate me.
Oh.
4, 3, and then only a 2 on the Marvel die. And agility is only 2, so 11.
The 11 total?
11 total.
Yeah, unfortunately that does miss.
Aurora has 2 reactions. She's the only one left with a reaction that can try to help him out here, and I think she's going to burn that reaction and use help teammate. So she'll shout out to like, no, you're too high, go down lower. Yeah, her last
To
reaction,
help
he's gonna
teammate?
help teammate, and he's gonna reroll the Marvel die for 4. So that will add 2 more to that roll. So that will bump it up to 13.
Yeah, unfortunately it still misses.
Okay, so I guess there's too much in the way. Even with Aurora's help, you just can't make the attack.
Yeah, unfortunately the attack does go, it just smashes into the subway sign there, and the bulbs just blow out. Unfortunately, there was a jarring, shocking strike that caused a lot of the subway tiles to crack and smash. Puck sort of ducked and flinched, and so did Thunderball. But unfortunately, he still managed to evade that shot.
All right, so he's got some movement left. No, should he go?
There is a flaming vehicle if he wants to.
Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah. You see, okay. He's noting. Maybe when he hears
Again,
Aurora, he
I
looks
know
over his
it's-
shoulder and sees Aurora by this flaming vehicle. She's the closest one to the flaming vehicle, and he wonder if that explodes. I'm going to be close to Aurora. Maybe I can
Shield
be in
her?
front and put
Yeah.
my shield up and absorb the blast.
Yeah,
So he can move over
absolutely.
next to Aurora then.
Okay, yeah, he's going to go
Sorry,
protect Aurora over here. Sort of get just next to her.
Oh, in front of her a little bit. Where
A little bit in front of her?
Himself in front of the car and
Lovely.
and Aurora. Yeah.
Okay, that's a great
go.
move. Absolutely, just there to protect her for any explosions that may
Yeah,
or
the
may
car
not
goes
occur.
off. Yeah.
Sounds good. But don't feel too bad on yourself because you got Sasquatch.
I guess he sees the hubbub happening at the entrance of the subway, so he's going to move over there.
Okay.
And as he gets closer, he definitely sees again Thunderball with a civilian in hand. So
Yeah.
he's going to try to reach in there, and so as much fun as it would be to try to grab him and quick toss him out of there, I'm worried about not being able to hit my target now that because the dice have seemed to have gone south on me. So we're going to go for a smash. So he just kind of reaches his giant furry fist and tries to clobber the back of that guy's already wounded head. Yeah,
Okay.
Sasquatch moves over and sees Thunderball with his pedestrian in hand,
Yep.
and he's about to book it out of here. And he's,
Yep.
he's no, you don't.
Smash.
Into
He's using
the back of the head.
smash.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna use smash, and
Yeah.
we're going to increase the damage as much as we can. So we're going to pump
wow.
20 focus into this.
Whoa, he's
And
not messing
additional
around.
10 damage to that. But
Oh, sorry, the trouble will be negated because he's got edge on the smash.
yes,
Right. Okay. So it's just a straight roll.
this is gonna be a straight roll, and let's hope we. Come on, dice. Come on, it's about time. It went my way. All It's my way. We got a Marvel on the Marvel die. Sasquatch does not
no.
disappoint. A 5 and a 4. So that's 15 plus, that's 20.
For sure.
Right? So not only are we doing double damage here, just double checking, double damage, and if he's still around, he's stunned as well too. So let's see how much damage goes through. So with the -1, that becomes a 6 times 6, 36, plus 5 is 41,
Yep.
plus 10 is 51, double to 102
Whoa.
damage.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
102 damage.
How do you pull that off? Wow.
That's
All right.
just overkill, I think.
Very much. So yeah, with that massive blow coming in from Sasquatch, Thunderball just has his chain around the civilian there, and he's just like, "Don't make a move, Harry, or this guy gets," and then boom! This huge, meaty, hairy fist just lays him flat. Like there's just the pedestrian just standing there, all of a sudden being held in chains, and then all of a sudden there's nothing there. the crumpled form of Thunderball just hits the ground and just tumbles down those subway stairs, just hits the tile floor, just skids right across it, like a good 10, 15 feet, and just lays there completely unconscious.
Awesome.
Not even moving.
Yeah, I was just gonna have Sasquatch do a little hop, just so he's right in front of Pile Driver there.
Just getting right up in his face. Yeah, just letting him know.
Right there, just towering over the guy.
Yeah, who's got the biggest fists in this town?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so now we can move on to Wrecker. I mean, he's obviously taken note of everything that's going on there. So what he's going to do is he's just going to take a look around and survey the situation, just try to figure out what's the best way to really end this day. So what he's going to do is he's going to make his movement. He's going to get right up in here. That vehicle's still in flames, right by a Guardian. It looks like it's just ready to go up with just a little bit of a nudge. So he's going to see that. He's going to look at Guardian and he's going to say, "Get wrecked!" And then a bolt of magic lightning is going to just emanate right from his magic crowbar there and smash into the vehicle, igniting it, causing it to explode. Not only that, though, it's going to cause the next vehicle right to it to explode as well. So a double explosion going off here, causing a huge explosion in the middle of the street. Something that large is probably going to have enough shockwave to definitely hit Guardian. It's going to hit Aurora, probably enough to singe the heel hairs on Sasquatch and probably get Bulldozer as well.
Okay.
Whether they're far enough to take full damage, we'll decide. But yeah, so that's definitely going to go off.
Would you let me lean into more of the comic book version of Guardian's shielding powers? Like when he's next to somebody,
Right.
he can project that power to someone that he's actually touching. We're next to each other touching, and we can reach back, and he puts on a shield. Maybe instead of him absorbing 20, he would absorb 10, and Aurora could absorb 10.
So what you're saying is he's going to use his reaction to extend his force field. Does he have the ability to extend the force field out?
He doesn't have the one that bubbles out.
Okay, so just one that would protect him.
One
normally.
that would protect him, but I was hoping I could weaken that and spread it, because I've seen him do it in comic books where he's next to someone
let's
and
honor
he
that.
shields the other pedestrians that he's adjacent to or right
Look,
next to.
you don't get the name Guardian without being able to guard.
Protect your own, yeah.
So, so let's just say that. So he moved in front of Aurora for a reason, right?
Yeah.
To try to protect her in that regard.
Blast, so he's going to extend his shield. He's going to weaken it, but at least he'll have be able to absorb 10 of the damage, and he'll absorb 10 of the damage.
Yeah. Well, we rolled a 6, a 2, and then a 6 on the Marvel.
Okay, so there's going to be damage.
Yeah, there's going to be damage. Well, he did use. I'm gonna use the modifier off of his shot just because I want to. Because his electrical lightning increased the damage just slightly by 3.
Okay.
It's still not going to break his shield.
Okay.
It does 9 points of damage.
Oh, it does 9 points? Okay.
Yeah. And technically his shield's still up.
And then Aurora, though, would do.
Right. Okay, that's 18 plus 3, so that's 21 minus 10, so it's 11 points of damage.
It's 11 damage.
Not much, considering 2 exploding vehicles in their face, but, hey, it is what it is.
And then same thing with Bulldozer?
Yeah, they're both going to take 9 points.
9 points of damage, and Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Both those vehicles go up in a huge flaming explosion, but Guardian throws up his shield, largely protecting himself, and Aurora taking a bit of the damage from these exploding vehicles. And then singeing the heel hairs on Sasquatch and singeing the nose hairs off of of Bulldozer. We can throw some
Scatter some
debris over there.
The rest of it got
Some
incinerated.
of this stuff, yeah, all the cars that just got blown up there.
Wow.
Kaboosh.
Crazy.
I mean, there's probably still fire and flames there as well, but
buildings, glass would have.
oh yeah, the
blasted
glass behind the buildings are shattered in. You can still see some
Buildings
people that were in the
being brought
burger shop there that were just huddling behind the tables and all that stuff. You can have a much clearer view of them. But yeah, post office was closed, but yeah, people enjoying some burgers are now just got some glass in their fries. So that's his move, that's his action. Yeah, he's just standing there cackling maniacally. That brings us to Thunderball. Now we're to Puck.
Back to Puck. Oh man, so Puck's gonna be just looking around at these guys. What is the matter with you guys? I guess he's just gonna try to smack up the closest guy to him. So he's gonna try to, let's go with a leg sweep on Pile Driver
cool.
there.
Okay.
So let's see if we can actually hit something. Come on, Puck, you got this, buddy.
Obviously.
There's the Marvel. Yes, thank you, my lad.
Wow. All right.
So a 6 for Marvel.
Okay, well that most likely hits.
I'm hoping
All
that
right,
hits.
so he's doing a leg sweep to knock the legs out of Pile Driver there.
100%.
So he's definitely going down.
So he gets
to the
knocked
ground.
prone, but he's also stunned.
He's
Like, it's
stunned
not double
now.
damage, but it's a stun.
Damage reduction 2 on Pile Driver.
Okay, so that brings us 5 down to a 3. Okay, 3 times 6 is 18 plus 4, so we're going to 22. 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage, but he is stunned.
Stunned and prone.
I need something to make it look like he's stunned as well.
On the character sheets, we don't quite report.
Yeah, okay.
Puck with his movement, so what he might actually do is leapfrog right behind Bulldozer and try to be like, yo, come at me, and try to get him to...
What's his movement? It's 5?
5, yeah.
Okay.
So you just
and then,
jump.
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Backflip.
He could,
Backflip, cartwheel in the air.
For sure. Okay, so after he does a mighty leg sweep, just knocking Pile Driver to the ground, smacking his head on the ground, he just does parkour leap and just lands right behind Bulldozer.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's Puck's turn.
Now we go to Pile Driver. Oh my head. What hit me? So on his turn for stunned, I believe the condition indicates that he has no actions. Yeah, so Bulldozer did, of course, notice on the side of his head what happened to both Pile Driver and the poor, very unfortunate Thunderball. He also takes note of the little guy jumping there behind him, harassing his heels. He's seen the vehicles blow up in front of him. He sees the Guardian there with the flames of the vehicles there just sort of wavering there. The red light of the explosion just sort of flashing off of the red and white of his uniform. He just sees that as sort of like a bull seeing Matador's red flag. Yeah. And he just digs into the ground again and just snorts out of his mouth. As he starts heading towards Guardian. Through the flames, Guardian sees this shadow just sort of grow, and then emerge, smashing through the vehicle and the flames, charging, bulling right towards Guardian.
All right.
So again,
doing the ram attack.
We're doing the ram attack. That's what he knows.
All right.
Well, we did get a 6 on the Marvel. We got a 5 and a 1.
So I think
7. So yeah, we'll definitely hit.
You just roll that Marvel die, or try to go for the Marvel. Make me spend a karma.
That's a 4, so it's a 6.
That's still a lot of damage.
That's a bit. So it's a strike. He does still have a shield up.
Yeah, it's
so
only 10 points, though.
he'll take up 10 points of that because he is sharing that shield right now.
Yeah.
So he'll absorb 10 of that. The reduction is 3, so it takes it down to a 2 times 6 is 12 plus 5 is 17, doubled to 34.
Yeah.
Minus 10 for the shields.
Yeah, minus 10.
Because that's still up.
Yeah, so 20. So that'll be 24 damage we'll go for.
24 damage, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And he'll take that,
17.
so that's 17.
Yeah, 24 damage on Guardian hurts. Like he feels the brunt plow into him, and he kind of rolls over a little bit, maybe like a little blood kind of splatters out of his mouth a little bit and drips down his chin. Because he's quite low health.
As we do that, the crackling fire of the exploding vehicles, the maniacal laughter of Wrecker over there, the Sasquatch cracking his knuckles, looking down at the prone and stunned Pile Driver, and the fully engaged, beak to beak almost, Guardian and Bulldozer there as they clash with the Guardian's mighty shield, preventing some of a bit of the damage from the hit, but still taking a mighty blow. As all of this goes, Puck's standing there looking around, and all of a sudden this shadowy shape Even with the low dim light that's going on right now, he's wondering, what is this shadow? And then getting larger and larger and larger. And does Puck have a reaction?
He's got a reaction available to me.
Okay, great. Can you give me an agility check, please?
Do it. 5 and a 6 plus some Marvel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On the Marvel
So,
die.
yeah, with his acrobatic skills, Puck is able to roll, tumble, and flip out of the way as a massive being lands. Let me get our next component to this battle. Smashes into the ground, and we have the almost dapper figure of a gray behemoth.
Two massive fingers holding onto his fedora.
His fedora as he lands down there in the middle of the street. The street rumbles, the glass shatters, the bus sort of just does a little bit of a movement. Everyone's knees and feet shake as the thunderous strike of this massive behemoth hits the ground, fixes his fedora, hefts this huge machine gun-looking weapon that probably would be better placed on the deck of a helicarrier. And then he says, "Let's make this real simple, eh? These goons owe my boss a lot of money, and they can't make good on their debt if they're all caught up in Canadian custody. So how's about you let me handle these bums, and you get back to keeping the North all strong and free, or I'll show you what strong really feels like." And then he takes his large machine gun looking weapon and he just goes right up the street, right into the dump truck at the end there. Just these armor piercing bullets just goes right through the rear end of the dump truck, just moving it down the street several feet, piercing right through the road, hitting a water main, and just a geyser of water just starts spewing up through the road.
Oh geez, that's a big gun.
Yeah, that's an entrance. So that brings us to the top of the initiative order.
Big
Aurora?
gun. Big guy. Okay, so we do Aurora's turn.
Aurora's up.
I think Aurora might defer to team leader here. So I think what Aurora's gonna do, she's gonna kind of look over to Guardian and just kind of like look over to this big guy here and then back to Guardian and just be like, "I'll follow your lead," is what she said.
That's
so
good.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay, so she's...
Yeah, in game turns, we're going to go down one in initiative order, and she's going to take her turn after.
So right after Guardian.
Yeah,
Okay.
right after Guardian goes.
Yeah. Okay. So that means then Guardian's up.
Yeah. So that is one heck of an entrance. So Guardian sees the Hulk kind of just land in there and fire off that massive gun. It's like, oh jeez, this is too much. So
big deal.
So he's going to stare down Bulldozer there as he kind of he's going to float and glide and fly softly, not fast, not aggressively. He's just going to like start coming towards this gray Hulk and kind of get a little right in front of him, just in conversational gesture and pose. He's gonna, it looks like he wants to talk, and he does. So Guardian's going to fly up there a little bit. He says, "Hey there, friend. I didn't get your name."
They call me Mr. Fix-It. You want to talk? Well, spit it out already, because my trigger finger is getting itchy.
So we're going to try to negotiate this in some form or fashion. So, all right. So he's going to say like, what's he going to say? He's going to say, "I'm getting big boss energy coming from you. So let's talk this out without causing any more collateral damage." Because he's like, the city can't take anymore. I don't think his team's going to survive a fight with a Hulk. So he's like, okay, look, we can't let you take these guys out here. They've caused too much damage. They're coming with us no matter what. Now, you seem to be a one-man wrecking crew all on your own. So in order to end this peacefully, and then he kind of takes off his mask, his helmet, and you can see his face is all bruised up. He's got a broken, probably bloody nose, his bloodshot eyes. And he just kind of drops his helmet there and he says, "I want to pay your debt. Me, James Hudson. Not Guardian, not the Canadian taxpayers. Me.
You gonna pay these bums debt to my boss?"
If you can end things peacefully, yeah." And even the rest of the Alpha Flight guys, like Aurora's kind of like, "No, James, don't." And Sasquatch's kind of like, "Seriously? No, we don't do this one." And Puck's like, "Man."
Yeah. Well, that's some kind of deal. Yeah, let's roll for that. Okay, give me the biggest ego check.
Guardian James Hudson does have presence, So hopefully we can kind of work this into this kind of bargaining or this kind of negotiation. Now, present says the character knows how to command the attention on demand. They have an edge on ego checks that involve getting people to pay attention to them, and or get them to voluntarily do things for them.
For the purposes of this and this negotiation, definitely got his attention.
So we'll get an edge for this ego check.
We'll give you an edge.
Okay.
We'll give you an edge.
I'm gonna need every edge I can muster here.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's see what you get.
Oh, I got a 6, a 2, and then another 2 on the Marvel dice. So I'm gonna use my first edge to reroll this 2 on the Marvel.
Right. Okay.
Thank you very much. Oh, okay, well, that's a 5.
All right. All right.
So 6, 5, and 2 plus his ego. So what is that right now? So let's say 11, well 13, and then his ego modifier
It's not bad.
is 6. So 13 plus 6 is 19.
All right. Do you suppose maybe one of the teammates?
Maybe Aurora will kind of like, she's got this beguiling, which kind of gives her edge on her ego checks to kind of like get people who she's met for the first time. So maybe she'll give a pretty smile to him. You're like, kind of float her and kind of indicate, no, he's good for it. He's a good honest man.
Yeah, it's a big risk for him to take. He doesn't know these guys. He doesn't know what they're good for.
This is acting. Like she doesn't, secretly, I don't know if you can tell that she doesn't agree with this plan, but she'll try to help back up the team leader and try to bat her eyes and just kind of like give her a
She's going to use a reaction to do that.
She's using a reaction.
It's a help teammate situation.
Okay, 5. I changed that 2 to a 5. So 19, 20, 21, 22-ish.
We get over 20. We get over 20. That's good.
22.
That's good. That's good. 22.
So what do you say? We end this peacefully.
He's
I
looking
settle
at
our
him.
debts. You leave these guys here for us to deal with, and we're taking them in.
Yeah. Takes a look at him. That's a real fancy suit you got there. Stand-up guy, I take it. Well, you can't be wearing a maple leaf on your chest there. You trying to pull a fast one over me, eh? You swear on your honor of your country here?
I don't want to tangle my country in on this. I swear, as a man of honor, myself, James Hudson, I'm good for the money. I think he's made some money at the time as an engineer. I think he's got some bank.
Well, the thing is, it's a pretty big loan. Well,
I'm good for it.
let's make one thing perfectly clear. If I gotta come all the way back up here to collect, you and your friends here are gonna need all the free healthcare you can get. I've fixed bigger problems than you, chum.
Got a deal?
And at this point in time,
the money?
no Venmos.
We'll try to negotiate on how to deal with the transfer of money. But for right now, we need you to leave peacefully without causing any more collateral damage to my city. We've been through enough. And he just kind of pans around and looks at the place like, my people can't take any more. Our citizens can't take any more. We're ending this now.
And then at that point in time, Wrecker, you're going to see that Wrecker just sort of reacts to this deal going south on him. He's just sort of seeing this thing, and he's just not going to stand idly by. So Wrecker just starts heading towards the manhole right here, and he just says, "I ain't going with nobody." And he just jams his crowbar. He just jams his crowbar right in there to try to lift off the lid to that sewer grate there. And in one or two thundering steps, boom, boom, this big, huge, meaty fist just slams right into Wrecker and sends him flying, unconscious. Poof. All right, Red.
Garney doesn't even flinch. He's just still staring where Hulk was and just kind of looking at there.
And he takes, so Mr. Fix-It there also takes a look at the bulldozer, and then he sees, of course, the still stunned pile driver there on the ground. And he sees that the bulldozer taking a look at his options there. Bulldozer just sort of crumples down, takes a knee, puts his fists on the ground. It's like, I know the routine. And he looks at, so Mr. Fix-It there looks at Guardian, James Hudson, as he said. All right, Red. We got a deal. He hands out a big, meaty fist.
Right. James Hudson's like, don't worry, I honor my debts. He gives him a shake.
All right, then. Let me round up these bums. And then that's...
Right. Yeah, so...
where we'll end it.
Awesome.
With the deal struck, The hulking enforcer known as Mr. Fix-It took another assessing look at James Hudson, aka the Guardian. His patriotic suit and stern, no-nonsense look on his face reminded him of someone else he knew from his past. Someone he used to call a friend, someone that could be trusted to keep his word. All in all, as long as the debt gets paid, Mr. Fix-It's business here was concluded. His people would be in contact to ensure their instructions were followed to the letter. With a tip of his hat, the massive form of Mr. Fix-It leapt away. Alpha Flight and the Toronto Police Department rounded up the badly beaten members of the wrecking crew, who would be taken into custody and sent to the maximum security detention facility located within Department H. After the wrecking crew had been hauled away, Aurora, Sasquatch, and Puck found a moment to quietly confront their leader.
Meaning no disrespect, oh captain my captain, but to quote the poet bard, thou sodded wooden lord, thou hast no more brain than I have in my elbows. To make a deal with a crime boss, James, what on earth were you thinking? That took some nerve, James. Bluffing a mob enforcer who could use the CN Tower as a lawn dart. Seriously, do you even have that kind of money? It was the only solution I could think of that didn't result in the city getting flattened and more innocent people getting hurt. The wrecking crew are going to pay for the atrocities they committed here, even if that means I have to pay too.
Not wanting to listen to his friend's arguments or rebuttals, Guardian ended the discussion by flying upwards and engaging his suit to release gravitons, canceling the Earth's relative rotation on himself, and in what seemed like a blink of an eye, he was gone. However, the clever mind of Puck, a moniker that refers more to the mischievous Shakespearean character than the vulcanized rubber hockey disc, was just now concocting a plan that would no doubt succeed in helping their leader, but inevitably land himself in a sea of trouble. Well, he and Walter had been planning a trip to the States. Why not make it a business trip?
We're gonna take on the world.